Hey there, sports fans. Welcome to the Super Eagles Watch podcast powered by HotSports, the official media partners of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. My name is Victor Godfrey. I am in the company of the icon, I call him, talking about Tony Ibitoye. It's good to have you here, sir, once again. And we have a lot to talking about the Super Eagles in terms of their performances over the weekend. We'll focus real quickly on Victor Boniface, Nathan Tella, and I'm talking about Bayer Leverkusen. A chance for them to win the Bundesliga for the first time in club's history. Only 3 points away from greatness.
Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity to be on the show once again. It was a very loaded weekend indeed. The highlight for the Super Eagles, of course, is Victor Boniface and Nathan Tella.
Yeah.
An opportunity to become champions in Germany for the first time. I'm so happy about this because it improves the pedigree and the value of our players. Remember, last season, it was a certain Victor Osimhen that was inspiring Napoli to becoming champions in Italy after a very, very long time. And you saw the impact of that on everybody around Nigeria. Everybody wanted to just identify with them and they were looking forward to their games. Now it's the turn of Victor Boniface and Nathan Tella to become champions in Germany. It was not, something that we thought about at the beginning of the season, that Bayer Leverkusen will be upstaging Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund. It was a given that Bayern Munich would stroll to the title, but Bayer Leverkusen have given them a real run for their money, and I think the manager of Bayer Leverkusen, the former Liverpool man, the Spanish international, has done a fantastic job, and I'm happy that some Nigerians will be putting on the medal at the end of the season.
Hopefully they can get the job done. Just 3
one
points.
more game.
Yeah, one more game away from glory. And I don't know if you've noticed this, Tony, about there's a deciding factor, a denominator in this particular quest. You mentioned last season in Naples for Napoli, now he's in Germany. The names of these players are all Victor. And I'm also a Victor. Victor's account. Also talking about the Super Eagles and our players doing well in Germany in the Bundesliga. We have Nathan Tella, who was on target last time out for Bayer Leverkusen. He's a young striker and a forward. I'm not too sure his position just yet, but he plays in that.
He could play anywhere in front, maybe. Perhaps.
Now, the criticism here we've suffered, especially from the NFF, your former media officer of the Super Eagles, is that he doesn't get playing time for the Super Eagles. Is it because he's not good enough, or he's still a young kid trying to find his way? It may seem that, to be honest, right now our forward line is pretty stacked.
Yeah, but that guy's a good guy. You saw the impact he made when he came in as a sub, provided the assist for the goal that turned things around for them when they were about losing. Up to the 87th minute, I think, they were trailing.
Yes, they were.
And then he came in a few touches.
But Tella has been impressive, actually.
I'm happy he has committed to Nigeria. It gives us more options.
Yeah.
Maybe perhaps he needs some time, he needs a little bit of time to settle down and fitting into how we want him to play in the Super Eagles, but I'm sure we'll get his chance. For me, the most important thing is that he's good, he plays regularly in German Bundesliga, he's toughened, he's a top quality player, and he definitely brings something to our team. So let's wait for him to evolve, let's wait for him to come into his own in the Super Eagles. The chances and the opportunities to play will definitely come. And I think he's a good quality player. You know, a lot of our top players, the captain of the team, Ahmed Musa, for example, is dropping. So we need people to come to replace players like that. So Nathan definitely will get his chance.
We're talking about those positions. You have, of course, Ademuna Lukman, Samuel Chukwueze, who also had a good outing over the weekend.
AC Milan, yeah.
You have the likes of, of course, he's injured now, but what's his name again? Moses Simon. And these players all had fantastic,
Okay, now that Simon is out, Nathan probably will get a chance when we're playing. Because I doubt if Simon will be ready before our game in June. Our games in June. So Nathan can come in and fill in. That's why a good team is a team that even when the key guys are out, you have players who will come off the bench and make a statement.
Hopefully that will be the case, especially with the interest that we have in the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Very briefly now, sir, the EPL is more or less the talking point in terms of being the most popular league, arguably the most popular league in the world, and we have some Nigerians there. It will be, again, being a Nigerian who has shown consistency in terms
90
of
minutes.
Exactly.
We're talking about how it was young off the other time.
Yes. Yeah.
And the coach responded by telling us that, look, this guy is still my main guy.
Yeah.
He played 90 minutes, although they lost to
Newcastle 1-0.
But the fact that Iwobi was on the pitch for 90 minutes It's confirmation that the coach believes in him and he brings a lot to his team. And I hope that they will do enough. They are still not safe yet, although they are very close to the 40-point mark,
which usually is
guarantees
the point of
you
safety in EPL.
Yeah, but they need to get more wins under the belt. It will be Charles Calvin Bassey, you know. So I hope they get a few more wins and then they are able to stay safe at the end of the season.
Well, I hope so.
Unlike Nottingham Forest lost again.
They did.
Of course, no Awuni, no I know, but we really are concerned about the club.
From Forest's point of view, they should be a bit happy because just recently Everton were deducted another extra 2 points. So more or less, Everton now are down to 16th place, and who knows what happens. Forest because
more deductions before the end of the season.
I don't think Everton fans will be happy about this, but I'm just saying it's just what the EPL is doing right now.
But the danger is there are deductions and the appeals are won and the points are rescinded.
It's very dramatic, man.
You just drop up like that. It's really dramatic.
Let's just hope that it favors the Super Eagles of Nigeria in terms of the players that represent us at that stage.
So good. So it's an interesting question because it's a question that has been lingering for an answer all this while. I think the antecedents should speak. If the antecedents can be collated properly, then it will speak for itself. And I think we have the experts in the industries of journalism who have followed the Super Eagles way back from the era of the section of the national team from as Green Eagles up to date. My antecedent as a goalkeeper, right from school to the under 13 Blue Angels of Sharks of Port Harcourt, River State, and from River State straight to stationery stores. My antecedent all through stationery stores and playing in the cup winners competitions, playing within the country Nigeria, local football, when Nigerian club side could take up on any African national team side and beat that African national team side. Rangers could do that. ICC then could do that. Bendel Insurance could also do. Sharks of Port Harcourt, Alusaram Rocks. I could go on and on and on and on mentioning names of club sides in Nigeria. When men were playing in these club sides. Stanley Okoronko, Stanley Madu, people playing, Blockbuster, Alosho Statuebo. These guys were on the team. Money Dafir, Bendel Insurance, they are coming. Odu, they are coming from there. Agon Naji. Mention players. I played in this era as a young boy, stopping shots of people like Christian Chukwu or Boeing. I was from school. I remember a semi-final match against Bendel Insurance, stationery stores in Benin Obe Stadium. That match was played twice. We played the first match, it was draw. Second match, again, it was draw. We went into penalties. So, going through all my antecedents locally, I could beat my chest and say no goalkeeper has ever gone through that journey I went through locally. Playing with all these, teams back home in Nigeria, till we got to the final against Bendel Insurance. That is one. Then in the Continental, played in the Continental with club side. I went through that journey. It was hot. I finished from that journey, came with the national team. Then with Benin Republic, I cruise on a local, I'm still on local platform with Benin Republic. cruise again the continent in goalkeeping and set up a record that Benin Republic has never, Dragon has never experienced in their life since the existence of the club. And I took them into the continental till we got to the quarterfinal of the continental before my European exploit came on. From my European exploit as a goalkeeper, I played 7 first division clubs. I'm not a striker, but a goalkeeper to play 7 first division professional clubs I went through. I will finish a match in Portugal. I will join a plane from that very evening to London. From London, I will fly to Saudi Arabia to play for Nigeria. I will finish match that night in Saudi Arabia. They will put me in the plane back again. I'm flying back to London. From London again to Lisbon. From Lisbon to Algarve to join my club in UEFA Champions League. This was my journey. I was just like that, moving and moving and moving. And come to think of it, I did not play for Barcelona. I did not play for Real Madrid. I played for a club side whereby each time we are playing our weekend matches, it is fire for fire. Playing against Benfica, playing against Lisbon, playing against Boavista. I could go Oporto. I could go on and mention, and I must be at my best. So that has helped me each time I come to the national team. Man, you can't threaten me, because I will tell you over the weekend what I've suffered in shots and in actions, in performing and ensuring that my club at the end of the 90 minutes gets 3 points, and at worst will get a point. That is my story. So to match my antecedents, that is where the result of your question comes. So when you listen to what I've just said, or you can go through and check my antecedent, check my record, check my history, then you'll be able to know who is the dawn of the goalkeepers or that stick. Then you know. But as far as I'm concerned, we have beautiful goalkeepers, nice goalkeepers, great goalkeepers, fantastic goalkeepers, goalkeepers who have been performing very well. During my time, you have Alayabu, great goalkeeper. You have Ike Sholomu, great goalkeeper. You have Willie Opara. You have Wilfred Agbonibare. You have David Ngodiga. You know, so that is another antecedent you have to look again. I was in between these guys. They're ready to take your position at any given chance. They'll clutch it. For me to handle this position, hold it tight. Can you imagine my jersey number in Tunisia? Number 22. So he's telling you number 22 is coming to take jersey from number 1. Number 1 jersey has been made already for the competition. And the substitute for number 1 jersey. But for number 22 jersey to come from nowhere and say, I take number 1 position. So those are the antecedents to be looked into, to be considered. And now said, indeed, as a matter of fact, let's be fair. Let's go back, let's be fair. When it has to do with goalkeeping in Nigeria, goalkeeping in Nigeria, Mayana Dodo. No way.
Now let's now talk about something that has been a bane of conversation for quite a while, especially since the inception of the Super Eagles, formerly known as the Green Eagles, and that is our goalkeepers. Right? We've had some of the best in Africa, to be honest. I mean, you can go back to the 80s, Best Okedegbe, Emmanuel Okala, late 80s, the likes of Rufai, Aloya Agul, the 90s, Keshurumu, Abiodun Baroa. I know those who just said we didn't have that spell because of his injury, but he was also one of them. You come to the early 2000s, Mofia Konji, you have the likes of Vincent Inyama, Austin Ejide. Come down to the mid-2010s, Kali Keme, of course, the goalkeeper in 2019, of course, his name Daniel Akpeyi. We have Uzo, who is brings so much confidence to many
Maduka
Nigerians.
Okoye.
Maduka Okoye, and of course,
I'm really happy for Maduka
the new
Okoye.
goalkeeper right now, Stanley Wabali. Yeah, Maduka has stepped up.
I'm really happy for Maduka Okoye. He has become number one.
And Udinese.
In a top club in the Italian Serie A is
It's
huge.
not easy. It's not easy. And he's had some really impressive performances as well.
He won man of the match, player of the month, I think, a few weeks ago, which is good. It brings a lot of competition to the team, healthy rivalry, a fight for shirt. You know, you are only as good as the players on the bench. So if you have a good first choice playing, and he looks over his shoulders and he sees a competent player on the bench that can do as well as he's doing, or even better, he sits up.
I'll get to a question in a minute, but about the current Super Eagles situation with the goalkeepers. But let's talk about the greatest of all time, the GOAT. Who will be your GOAT? Tony Ibitoye.
That's a tough one.
And you've been around for a while. You've been around.
I'm not.
Oh my God! I know. I made that slip again. I'm so sorry. We are the same. Yeah. We are the same.
I'm not Emmanuel Okala's great now.
But you watched him live. You watched him live.
No,
I didn't watch Emmanuel Okala live.
I didn't see too much of him. I didn't see too much of him. He just shadow. It's best to get a good athlete.
So
not too much of him.
Your thoughts on the GOATs about? I mean, I didn't even mention Vincent Enyama. I'm so sorry.
But
savings accounts.
Yeah. If I benchmark from the 1980s, okay, maybe from the 1980 Nations Cup up till now, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. We've had a lot of very good goalkeepers who have come and gone, but for me, I will vote Vincent Enyama as my best.
Let's get the top three then.
Oh,
three,
okay.
2, 1.
Okay. Vincent is number one.
Okay, so let's start from number 3.
Okay, we'll start from number 3.
Yeah. And tell us why.
Number three. Will I go for Wilfred Agbonebare?
Really?
Yeah, Wilfred Agbonebare.
In the 90s?
Yeah, in the 90s.
I would say Wilfred and really Agbonebare were more or less on the same level.
Wilfred Agbonebare was
that's
good goalkeeper.
1992.
Yeah, he was also a part of the 1994 squad, although he got knocked off as number 1 by Peter Rufai at the last minute. But he was good. It was very good. I mean, from the domestic scene when he was goalkeeper of the Nigerian Bank of Benin, it was a good goalkeeper. And then he went to Spain, Deportivo La Colonia.
Yes, he was.
And then we lost him to cancer a few years ago. But Wilfred, I'll put him
as number 3.
Number 3
of all time.
Wilfred and Ike Remote joint number 3 for me.
Why Ike?
Wilfred and Ike doesn't. You know, Ike's greatest strength is positioning. You don't see Ike make outrageous dives or outrageous saves, but he is always at the right place at the right time to make goalkeeping look simple.
Well, the Nations Cup final in 2000.
When the ball went,
those 2 goals, sir.
No,
the memory. I was in the stadium that day.
Samuel Eto'o's goal, there was nothing they could do about it. But the other one that went, but it happens. It happens.
Well, hey,
that's football. So I will vote Ikesho Romo and Wilfred Agbonebare as my joint number 3. My number 2 definitely has got to be Peter Rufai. Peter the Rock Rufai, Dodo Mayana. Oh, Rufai was something else. Rufai alone was a boost to the defense, to any Nigerian watching. If Nigeria was playing a game and you said Rufai was in goal, you were almost always sure Nigeria will win the game. And if it comes to penalty, you could be sure we'll save 2 or 3. Yeah, so that's my number 2. My number 1,
obviously,
Vincent the Cat Enyama, aka number 1.
You mean Nigerian goalkeepers to win?
The reason is simple.
Yeah.
You don't have too many goalkeepers play a game against Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi at his prime.
Pick Lionel Messi.
And then win man of the match. You don't find it's a rarity for you to have a goalkeeper play against Messi. Messi at his prime, and the goalkeeper emerges man of the match. Vincent did it in 2010. So that for me was is a game changer. Okay,
so this is a one word answer. Between Okoye and Wabali, who's your number 1?
That's a tough one.
Just give us one word. Don't think about it, no explanation, just
that's
one
a tough
quickly.
Wabali for now.
Wabali for now, according to Tony Ibitoye. He says he's going for Stanley Wabali for now to be the first choice, undisputed at the moment, for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Now remember, you can be a part of this conversation on social media, X, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. 2 things you should do. First things first is either follow and or subscribe And then, let's know your thoughts. The hot topic today is, who do you think is the greatest goalkeeper of all time in the Super Eagles of Nigeria? If you got his name, thank you so much, sir, for being a part of our show today.
Always a pleasure.
Thumbs up as always.
Yeah, thank
remember, be good, be safe, keep supporting the Super Eagles of Nigeria. That is bye from us, and bye for now.